Do you really need your Apple Watch to use the Apple Health app? Spoiler alert, you don't. Hey, my name is Dan and I love making everyday tech easy. I worked at Apple for 19 years and now I am in full-time ministry. I've gotten this question a lot and I appreciate it. Do I need an Apple Watch to use and get all the benefits of the Apple Health app on my phone? Well, you really don't need an Apple Watch. Of course, if you have an Apple Watch, it's going to make the data and the experience all that much better. But let's face it, maybe you don't like the Apple Watch. Maybe you are more of a mechanical watch type of person. Maybe you already have a Garmin. Maybe you have a G-Shock. Maybe you don't like wearing a watch. Today, in this short video, I want to show you how to leverage all the Apple Health data on your phone so you can get the most out of your health. Now, let's start off with the easy, with the obvious. Your iPhone is an Apple Health tracker. As a matter of fact, it will track your steps. It'll even track how many flights of stairs you climb on a daily basis. So you may not know how to find this information, but I'm going to show you how. So I'm going to go ahead and connect my iPhone and walk you through the steps. All right, so here I have my iPhone connected, and as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and tap on the Health app on my iPhone. And once I launch that app, I'm gonna be welcomed to the summary page. And here's what I want you to check out first. And again, I'm not wearing my Apple Watch today. It is early in the morning, so I really don't have a lot of activity. I went and dropped off the kids at their summer camp. But at the bottom, you'll see all the way to the far right-hand corner, you'll see the tab for Browse. It has 4 squares on it. I'm gonna tap there. And here it's going to show me all the different metrics that are located within the Apple Health app. The first one that I want to call your attention is the very first one called activity. So if I tap on activity, there you will see all the activity that it has captured already with just simply my iPhone in my pocket. It has my stand minutes, it has my stand hours, my active energy, my physical effort, how many steps. So in this morning, right now, it's just about mid-morning at the time of this recording, about 11:48, and it says that I already have 877 steps. And again, I have not worn my Apple Watch all day. I have, however, ensured that the iPhone has been either in my back pocket or in my front pocket. Typically lives in my back pocket, or at least I'm at the very least I'm holding my device. Now that is super important. Not having an Apple Watch on you means that you have to be more intentional with your iPhone, but it's definitely a possibility. It also has my resting energy and even how many flights of stairs I've climbed. And that's pretty accurate because I walked downstairs from home, I walked upstairs to the kids' classroom, I walked back downstairs, and I have not walked another flight of steps in my home. So this is pretty accurate. So right off the bat, Apple iPhone is tracking a lot of your steps, your flights, your resting, your standing, your sitting, a lot of information again with no Apple Watch on your person. Let me show you what else it can do. Another important aspect of your health, believe it or not, is sleep. Now, in the same activity tab, I'm just going to scroll down to where it says sleep. Now, Apple Watch does make for a good sleep monitoring. And I have to be honest, I do have the Apple Watch Ultra 2. It's kind of on the larger side. I have slept with it. It's not cumbersome at all, but I just don't like sleeping with a watch on my body. So down here under activity, I'm going to tap on sleep. And here there's going to be a couple of things that you can quickly notice. Number one, you can set a sleep schedule. You don't really need an Apple Watch for this. You can just use your Apple iPhone. Set yourself a schedule. What will happen are 2 things. One, mentally, it's going to get you in the habit of getting to bed on time. The iPhone will alert you that your sleep time is approaching. It'll start kind of giving you soft warnings about, hey, you're approaching your bedtime. Start winding down. I know it sounds very, very simple, but again, it's helping you create these healthy habits of getting to sleep on time. We all need to sleep, and the reality is we don't sleep enough. Your body does so much recovery while it's sleeping. So here you can set a sleep time schedule, a bedtime. What time do you wake up? Maybe you have a steady routine. This will also start to dim down your notifications. It'll create a sleep focus for you. Super important. And at the end of the day, all the way in the very top right hand corner, you can add data manually. You can actually wake up the next day, kind of take a look at what time you went to bed successfully, right? And what time you woke up, and you can start entering this data manually to start getting even a better picture on your sleep habits within the Apple Health app. Again, no watch needed. Apple Watch makes that experience better. And I know I'm a broken record, but without the Apple Watch, you absolutely don't need it. So this is another great avenue or area that you should be diving deeper within your sleep tracker within the Apple Health app. Let me show you some more. Let's talk about vitals. Again, still within the activities tab here, or I should say in your dashboard within the Apple Health app. I'm going to scroll down all the way second to last where I see vitals. I'm going to go ahead and tap on vitals. And there on screen, you can see the data that has been connected from my Apple Watch. But here where it says no data available, right? My blood glucose for my sugar, my blood pressure, my temperature, and obviously if you're a female, you have your menstruation cycle. Now, this is an area where when I talk to a bunch of friends, especially those that are active within CrossFit or they're very, specific about their diets, many of them don't go in there and take just a couple of minutes to enter in their data. The more data you have, the better picture you have of your overall health. Here, I can go in there and I can add my blood sugar level. If you are diabetic and you're constantly maybe checking your blood level or your sugar level on a daily basis, you can add the data there. You can take your blood pressure. Maybe you have a manual old school blood pressure cuff. There's a lot of them that are now app controlled, which are very, very cool. And I'll probably put a link to the bottom of this video. Some of them may be affiliate links, but I don't think I have any. But if I do, I'll drop them there. Same prices for you. It'll just help us out here on the channel. But you can add that data in here. One of my personal favorites is your body temperature. I know you might be thinking, come on, who takes their temperature on a daily basis? And you're right. The reality is we don't. But if you ever start to feel off, your body temperature is probably one of the first indicators that you're either catching a cold, maybe there's something wrong, maybe there's some type of infection within your body. You can start tracking your temperature either on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, or just how you feel. But again, no Apple Watch included. Now, even though we don't have an Apple Watch, I do want to talk about accessories because there's some amazing accessories out there that work directly with the Apple Health app. Let me show you a couple. Now, there are some pretty amazing accessories out there that will track different elements of your of your personal health. One of my favorites is a smart scale. I personally use one from a company called Renpho, and I hope that's how you pronounce it. It was not given to me. It's not sponsored. I paid with this with my own money, and it literally sits just alongside of our bed. So my wife and I, every night before we go to bed, we take our weight. Which is probably not the best time to take your weight. You should be weighing yourself in the morning. But the cool thing about this, if you take your weight barefoot, it does have some sensors on the bottom of your feet that will track things like body fat. It'll track bone density. It'll even track what it feels that your age is, which is pretty cool. And then what I love about that is that one does work within Apple Health and the data will sync. It has a great application. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show it to you really quick. If I can spell. Renpho Health. And on the Renpho Health app, it has your scale, your device. It's not in my office right now where I'm at, but I can see my actual data. I can go back a month, year, depending on how long you've been tracking it. It'll even give you a dashboard for your weight, your BMI, your body fat, your skeletal muscle, your fat-free mass, everything, even your body weight, your muscle. Amazing data that it's actually catching just by you standing on a scale on a daily basis. There's a couple of other ones. There are blood pressure monitors. I have here a note. There's one from OMRON, Omron, or Quadri Arm, and those definitely sync within the Apple Health app. And obviously, if you go to the Apple App Store, you can see which ones are there. There's also some amazing sleep trackers. There's sleep trackers with things, a sleep mat or the Aurora Ring. I do not have that, not sponsored or anything. These are other third-party accessories that are not necessarily the Apple Watch, but will track other points of interest within your Apple Health app. And then last but not least, hydration. Let's talk about hydration. Now, I know this channel is called Cafe con Dan, and honestly, I probably drink way too much coffee than I deserve to admit, but hydration is important. And one thing that my doctor has told me, even close friends of ours that are in the health industry, we do not drink enough water. And within the Apple Health app, you can definitely track of how much water you're drinking, and you can actually enter that information within your app. So why not spend a few minutes today, right now, open up your Apple Health app and go through the different sections. Even if you have an Apple Watch, try it without, so you can kind of get an ownership of all the data that's readily available for you to make your life even healthier. Listen, here are my bonus tips. Even if you don't have an Apple Watch, there are some great third-party applications that sync pretty good within the Apple Health app. Let's talk about mindfulness. And I know that there is a mindfulness app by Apple. And, you know, I'll come out and say it. When I first saw this app, I'm like, who's really going to take a moment to just breathe, right? Like the breathing exercise, or just like when the Apple Watch would tell you to stand. At first, I thought all these things were just kind of silly and honestly somewhat annoying because they were intrusive. They were kind of bother you, on the hour, every hour. But the breathing app actually brings in some good pausability. I don't even know if that's the word, but I'm going to call it pausability within your work life. I work at a desk. I am constantly dealing with a lot of different decisions of making. I have a lot of people reaching out. Obviously, in ministry, it could be stressful. You're taking on other people's stresses. And the breathing app, not that I sit there and I go into like some type of deep, train of thought, but it does remind me just to kind of pause my activity, turn my screen off, go for a walk. I'll typically go around my office, around our church building. If I'm home, I'll walk out to my backyard, go check the mail, just get out and pause from your stressful environment. Sometimes if you're dealing with somewhat of anxiety, taking just a stop and just controlling your breathing in and out, kind of pacing yourself, will naturally decrease your accelerated heart rate. If you are anxious about something, if you're nervous about something, maybe you have business pressures, any of those things. But there are great mindfulness apps out there like Calm or Headspace to kind of just let you take a breather. And I'm in ministry, so I'm going to say it. Listen, man, have a moment of prayer. Like reach out to God. God is always willing to listen, and what a great moment while you're living in those anxiety moments in your life to just take a step back, read some scripture, read a psalm that's very soothing, and pray to God and ask God to help you through the current situation that you're in. That's a bonus tip there. The other one is nutrition. There's a great app, MyFitnessPal. We've used it for years. If you really want to kind of track your macros and your intake, so much of our health is literally in our hands, but yet we don't do anything with it. We're wearing devices. We have devices in our back pocket. We have all these different applications, even for getting into shape, like the Nike Run app or Strava or other applications that sync perfectly within the Apple Health ecosystem, that we're not trying it. So here's my call to action for you today. My call to action is that you don't need an Apple Watch to be serious about your health. Your iPhone and maybe just an app here or there, or maybe an accessory if you really wanted to, are giving you a powerful tool set to make you even healthier. Does an Apple Watch take it to the next level? Without a doubt. But here's the kicker. Your health is literally in your hands. Whether you're wearing a watch or not, your health is in your hands. I hope that this video maybe showed you one thing or two things that you may not have thought about or known about the iOS ecosystem? If it did, drop me a comment down below. That would be amazing. If you know of another third-party app or a third-party accessory, or how do you use your Apple Health app, do me a favor. Let me know down below in the comments. Not for the algorithms, but I really do read through all the comments. I like learning as much as you do. I can't wait to catch you on the next one. If you haven't subscribed, which I know a lot of you haven't, hook a brother up. We're almost at 4,600 followers, I believe. Can't wait to hit 5,000 with you. Until next time, peace. Go for a walk now. Go get healthy. Peace.